Chapter 10, Animus. Roughly 6 months after the Amicitia workshop, I was scheduled to complete Animus. Animus is Latin for mind, spirit, soul, and courage. All the things Carl Brooks suppressed. The workshop was supposedly designed to make us examine our lives and our relationships with life and death, love and fear, dreams and nightmares. It was 3 days long, and I didn't finish. On the first day, we were asked to draw what darkness looked like to us, and then I made a self-portrait over it. After that, we had to illustrate the negative elements of our lives on the portrait. This was used for the exercise called Lifeline, where we refined on the past 4 years and imagined the rest of our lives, up to the point of including our deaths, with the cause of death based on the negative images we drew. The second day was stranger. We paired with a buddy and told to create sculptures of each other, forcing the negative or dark aspects of the partner. Then we had to project all of our own thoughts and feelings onto them. If we felt depressed, we told them that they were depressed. If we were ugly, we told them that they were ugly. Things went south on the third day at around 11. A brief break, we entered to a room. The chairs were arranged in the usual horoscope shape. There was a statue of Don Quixote in the room, along with the posters that were thematically linked to the workshop. Leaning against the whiteboards was the same counselor with the stubbly beard. As we filed, he pushed off the wall and greeted us. "Welcome back to Animus. I hope you had a great break and got adequate rest from last night." I quietly scoffed to myself. We hadn't finished the previous day's activities until 11:30 p.m. By that time, we cleaned up and returned to our dorms. It was almost 1 a.m. 5 hours later, we dragged back here. I figured that the sleep deprivation was a tactic to break down our self-preservation. Once everyone was seated, the facilitator continued. "I want you all to close your eyes and picture a cruise ship. Maybe you're chilling on the deck, soaking in the sun, sipping on some juice in the Bahamas." I kept my eyes open, deciding not to participate in less force, just so I could watch the brainwashing from the outside unfold. The door opened and 4 staff members walked in, 2 with books, 2 with spray bottles. "Now imagine that the boat is in a violent storm," the facilitator continued. The staff began fanning the group with the books and spraying water in our faces. One staff member made direct eye contact with me and sprayed my face with mist of room temperature water. I threw up my hands, frowning. "What the f-?" She pointed to her eyes and mouth back. "Close your eyes," hoping to avoid more spraying. I complied, closing my eyes just enough to still see. The facilitator went on. "Now imagine the ship is sinking. You search the boat for the safety and find a lifeboat. It only has 3 seats. The staff quickly moved 3 chairs into the center of the room back to back. "Open your eyes," the facilitator instructed. We opened our eyes, looking in a confusion, probably wondering why we had been sprayed for this silly game. "The ship is this room now, and the lifeboat is those 3 chairs. The center," he said. "Everyone go around and explain why you deserve to be on that lifeboat." Starting from the left, we moved around the circle. The answers fell into 3 categories. Someone loves me, I have something to accomplish, and this is dumb. I'm not playing. The third response always resulted in intense personal pressure from the staff, and by the end where they reached me, the staff were visibly frustrated with the group's lack of compliance. "Why should you be on a lifeboat, Connor?" the facilitator asked. Everyone stared at me. I chuckled. "Because I'm a trap star. Fuck you mean, son?" Some of the group giggled nervously. The others stayed quiet, bracing for my punishment. "Oh, so you think you're a trap star?" "I don't think I'm a trap star. I know I'm a trap star." "Don't you think taking pride in selling drugs is sad? Don't you think forcing a bunch of traumatized, suicidal teenagers to justify why they deserve to live is fucked up?" "Hey!" the facilitator barked, slithering towards me and gripping the corner of my chair. "How would you know what's good for everyone here?" The tension in the room grew thick. The only sound, the faint buzz of electricity and nervous foot tapping. "You don't even know what's good for yourself." "I know being in this hellhole isn't good for me." I glared up and looked at him, locking eyes, daring him to look back down. "Okay, everybody," the facilitator said, turning to the group. "Based on what we've seen, how many of you would let Connor on the lifeboat?" No one moved. They sat frozen, terrified of the consequences of defying the staff. The facilitator turned back to me. "See, Connor? When you don't care about yourself, nobody else will." Hot rage burned inside of me. I hated everything about Carl Brook. The stupid tie, the stupid cult-like behavior, the social isolation, the injustice. I hated what they did to Miles, but most of all, I hated they tried to convince us that we were helpless and incapable of making our own decisions. "Fuck that, dude. I'm done," I said, shoving the chair away. It clattered across the room, hitting the wall with a loud clang. The staff members rushed back to block the door. "Move or I'll move you," I growled. They stood firm, looking to their senior. "If Connor wants to leave, let him leave," the facilitator said, smug. "He can spend the rest of his time in reflection time and PRT. Wait for another opportunity to do Animus." The door swung open and I stormed out, the staff trailing closely behind me. Chapter 11. The Escape. Let's fucking go. This is so cool.